Hello and welcome. My name is Erica Shea, and you are tuned into the Slay podcast, where each week you and I turn our attention inward and reflect on ideas intended to help move you into a state of inspiration and empower you to take decisive, proactive action towards achieving your goals and reaching your highest potential. This is episode number 2, a tiny but mighty episode number 2, where we focus on a major key to manifest your greatness, what I believe is the key to cultivating self-respect, self-love, self-belief, and that key is self-commitment. It is honoring the promises that you make to yourself, something that is so hard to do when you wear a ton of different hats in life and just have 1,000,001 responsibilities. It is work that literally never ends and can be extremely uncomfortable and even painful, but the return on the investment is just unmatched. Not only does your commitment to self help you improve the conditions of your life, but your self-love begins to increase, your relationships begin to transform and improve. The peace within you becomes more and more accessible to you on demand. And I don't know about you, but that speaks to me heavily. If you want more out of life, you're ready for more good to manifest and show up in your life, this episode should serve as a reminder that everything starts and ends with you. Serve as a reminder that the results of your life are in direct proportion to the level of commitment that you have to yourself, because as above, so below. I know so many people who block their blessings due to fear of failure or low self-worth, not believing that they are worthy of the dreams that they hold, either because efforts in the past didn't lead to success, they believe in the negative projections of others, or even worse, they just let the wrong voices in their head sit in the driver's seat and determine the destination of their life when they have literally no business or authority being there. And if you listened to episode 1 last week, you know exactly what I am referring to. There's this quote by James Allen that I love, literally, that says, "You are today where your thoughts have brought you. You will be tomorrow where your thoughts take you." And it is so, so true. It's hard to be productive when you are constantly thinking negative, disempowering thoughts that literally bring you down physically and emotionally. Like, you can't make much shit happen from that state. Like, worrying about what could go wrong, obsessing over what already did, placing yourself energetically in a feeling tone that limits your ability to be effective in the here and now. What you give power to has power over you. And if you don't already believe that, it's time to get it together, because it is so crucial to stay focused on what you can control, what you can do, and to look for windows of opportunity that allow you to progress and pivot when you feel yourself slipping. Like, you're not going to be able to control all the thoughts that pop in your head. I sure as hell can't. But you can control what you give your attention to and for how long. You just have to decide what you want. Like, do you want to be happy or do you want to be miserable? Do you want to live your best life, or are you good with maintaining a status quo? Because by doing nothing, not taking action, you're telling the universe that you choose a status quo. And if you hate the fucking status quo, you're choosing to be miserable. So think about it that way. You're also forfeiting your right to complain about the conditions of your life. So think about that as well. Everyone faces opposition, fact, some more than others, unfortunately, but perspective is everything. Remember, we need resistance in order to develop strength and become resilient. Without hard times, we're not as likely to appreciate and really savor those good moments. It is necessary and essential to our growth and development. Let the reminder of how bad something sucked and how much you never want to experience certain emotions again propel you forward positively. You've got to align your actions with your values and provide your dreams and aspirations with a solid base of support. You have to have self-belief in order to go and do the work that will be required to achieve your dreams, right? If you don't believe in yourself, you're not going to go after those big, audacious goals. You've got to have self-faith. But that self-faith comes from the credit that you've given yourself. It comes from you fulfilling goals. It comes from you completing tasks and doing things that you say you're going to do, giving yourself more confidence. You need that belief to stand on in order to support all that it is you want to build your life upon, right? the level of confidence and determination that you cultivate in that way, that is what you lean into and you hold on to when the going gets tough. You remind yourself by looking back that, you know what, I did that and I can do this. But you've got to give yourself the best chance at success, which means you got to show up. You have to prove to you that you are seriously committed, and that only comes with time and consistency and through you doing. It's just like with dating. We want this epic love that feels stable, true, and pure. You're talking to a romantic partner who they feel good, you're excited about it. They tell you that they want this relationship with you. They're committed to protecting your heart, to making you feel seen and heard and being your peace. But seeing is believing, and as much as you want those words to be true and as amazing as they sound, their actions have to align. If they do not prioritize quality time, they're out here breaking more promises than they're keeping, calling and texting some days, but then you don't hear from them for others, just coming in and out of your life when it's convenient for them, you're going to be like, hell no, we're not actually, because fucking standards, and you've not demonstrated that I can actually trust you. Like, I don't feel secure in that. That's not a life for me to build upon, right? You have a conversation because you're mature and you let them know, like, no disrespect, but if we're going to be together and you really want to be with me, this is not going to fly. And you let them know that you need more and that you need consistency if you're going to trust them and have confidence in the future of you guys' relationship. Same thing goes for ourselves. Just like we teach people what we will and will not tolerate, and we hold firm to boundaries, or so I hope that you do, we have to teach ourselves. If we don't show ourselves respect, why would anyone else? If you don't find yourself worthy of more, why should anyone else? If you are someone who says that you value peace, you value kindness, but you allow toxic people to steal your joy 80% of the time, and then accidentally find yourself treating people rudely because you're just so fucking exhausted from dealing with negative shit all the time, I don't fucking believe that you value peace and kindness. I'm gonna think that you're making excuses, and if you really valued your peace, like, you would hold firm. Like, you know how to tune people out. You know how to just exercise what you give your attention to because you value your peace so much. You're not gonna let someone who is not worthy steal that. Think about it. Like, you can't attract better into your life operating from a place that is low vibrating. All you end up doing is repelling people who do value peace and kindness, closing off potential opportunities to up-level your life because they're like, yeah, no, we're good on that. She's not really reliable. Like, she says one thing, but then she does the other, and that's all we're ever seeing. If you want to attract the right people into your life, the right opportunities, you have to be in the right state of mind. You've got to commit to choosing thoughts that empower you each and every day, each and every moment. You've got to commit to turning your thoughts into action every chance you get. Something that is easier said than done, but doable if you are committed, which again is the message for today. Self-commitment is everything. So what can you do right now to start working on that? Episode 1, we talked about your why and aligning yourself with the right voice to take the right action. But in this episode, I'm going to give you the hand. I'm going to share my 5 C's to creating change. It's a strategy that I've thought about to give my girls. And it's a strategy intended to just help you get over yourself and stay on the up and up. So I'm giving you the hand. It's my 5 C's. The first one is check yourself. Notice when you're complaining or you're feeling cranky. You know that negativity coming from a negative place is not going to be productive to you, and it's not going to allow you to produce the best, most positive results in your life. So think about what got you in that state. Check on it. 2, once you found it, you're going to confront it. So once you've thought about what brought you there, have an open and honest conversation with yourself and ask questions. What in that situation is eating at you specifically? You've got to determine if you can either do something in the immediate future to change that situation and relieve your mind and your heart, or do something differently in the future. Maybe you don't have time to get that thoughtful, so you just add it to your notes and analyze later. Regardless of when it is you work through it, you acknowledge that the thought is stealing your joy, and if anything is stealing your joy, it's stealing your attention and causing you to be less present, less productive and effective in the present. Then you declare, this is you confronting it. Then you declare to yourself, then you're not doing that. It's not a thought that is serving you in the moment, and it is literally, truly depleting you of valuable resources. It is depleting you of your energy. Remind yourself that you've got shit that you are doing. Remind yourself that by choosing to stay in that thought loop that you have identified is bringing you down, you are choosing misery over joy. You're choosing misery over productivity. You're choosing to not go after the things that you say you value. You're not living in alignment. Number 3, after you have confronted, you're going to counter the thought. You're going to find a way to spin it into a positive that can be sincerely grateful for. All right? You want it to be something that you can be grateful for, truly. For example, thank you, universe, for the mindfulness to catch myself and demonstrate just top class self-care. Like, that's a win. Thank you, universe, for saving me a headache in the future. Now that I know XYZ, we will surely not be doing that shit again. That's a positive. That's you spinning it into a positive. Like, for me, I hate just false positives whenever someone's just like, no, like you're in a mood, you're in your feelings, like, you know what, that fucking sucks. And someone's like, well, at least, no. It's like, at least be quiet. Like, so find something that you can truly, truly, sincerely be grateful for. Then celebrate self-mastery. Recognize that from check to counter, numbers 1 through 3, you have demonstrated immense growth. You are rising above. That was evidence of you rising above. You pulled yourself out of a dark place, or you caught yourself just before you went into that dark place, and you continue to expand your awareness, and you're out here, and that should feel really, really good. 5, commit to staying on top of it, on top of your mindfulness, your awareness, your thoughts, and handling the next blip, that next thought, with even more understanding, grace, and speed in the future. Then after you've done all that, you let the shit go. You wipe your hands as if you really had something on them. You shake them out like they're wet, and you're wringing them out, and you release that ick. You release that energy that no longer serves you, and you go on into the next moment of your day with a clean, inspired mind and fresh spirit. It's not going to be easy, right? It's a practice that's going to take time. Nothing worth it ever is. It's going to take time, and it may even feel silly at first, especially if you give the whole little hands thing a go. But who cares? Getting your body involved is just going to help you reinforce the message that you want your subconscious mind to receive, right? And honestly, I'll take feeling silly over feeling depressed any day of the week. Silly inspires creativity. Silly produces laughter, which can enchant the mind and lighten the heart. So silly to me is a whole yes. You just have to decide what's important to you and commit. So find your way to go about it, but decide and commit. If you want to support your aspirations and manifest your greatness, you have to commit to holding yourself to a standard, and then each day demand a little bit more from yourself than the day before. If someone or something is blocking you from your growth, you give it the hand, and you remember the 5 C's to creating change. You check your vibe. You ask yourself if that thought serves you. Yes or no. It's that simple, yes or no. It helps to also place your hand over your heart while you're figuring it out, feeling yourself truly. You confront the thought. That's 2. What's creating the emotion that's feeling your joy? Who is talking? You counter it with a positive. That's number 3. You find a higher feeling thought for the situation that you can lean into, that act of gratitude. Find something real. Number 4, you celebrate the fact that you're demonstrating awareness. You show the universe that you're grateful and that you're out here finding the good in all things so that it can give you more to be grateful for. And then number 5, you commit to handling it even better in the future. Once you're done with that, you let that shit go, right? You've got this. If you enjoyed this episode, please share it in your IG story and tag me at Erica Shea. I would love to know that it helped you, and your support just means the world. Until next time, I hope you have an amazing week and commit to showing up for yourself in a major way. As Yoda says, you do or do not. There is no try.